I don't know that I can teach. I hate teaching actually because I was doing my master in communication, so I wanted to pursue my study to become a lecturer just because I think that would fit me. But even though I don't like teaching stuff lah, but that's only the path that I can see kan, other than being a journalist and semua tu. But then I stopped that apa path. I cannot. I think I'm just not gonna go there kan. When I started doing activity for my boy, I realised that I can actually teach, but for kids. I don't think I can manage to teach orang besar lah. Tapi macam for kids kan, I macam, penyabar rupanya I ni. Macam tu. Like, okay. So, benda tu, I mean, my boy actually makes me a better version of myself. I'm telling you, like, I owe him that. I mean, bukan sangat penyabar, penyayang. So, macam, so many things yang I tak tahu I ada.
Hey, welcome to Mama's Here. I'm Diyana Hashim.
And I'm Sofea Mastan. We're here to share the real unfiltered sides of motherhood.
Think of us as your mom gang on this crazy adventure, constantly learning, growing, and most of the time just winging it.
Mama's Here because we know you've always been there for others.
Now it's our turn to be there for you.
Hey there, welcome to Mama's Here, bringing you another heart-to-heart on all things motherhood. I'm Sofea Mastan.
And I'm Diyana Hashim. And today we're stepping into the world that's often unseen but filled with countless of stories, the world of stay-at-home moms.
Yes, it's about those behind-the-scene moments. The one filled with laughter, love, a bit of chaos, and sometimes a sense of isolation that doesn't always get talked about.
And there's this whole narrative out there about stay-at-home moms. They have it easy. But in the reality of it, let's be real now, okay? It's a job without breaks. They don't get paid and often without enough appreciation.
Right. And it's not just about caring for kids. It's about managing a household, juggling a million things at once, and dealing with the pressure of expectation, both from ourselves and society.
Yeah, and that's why we're so excited to have Peeja with us today.
Hello.
So she's not just an amazing content creator, but she's also a super mom to 2 boys, and she's living this life every day. And she's here to share the unfiltered truths about being a stay-at-home mom.
Peeja, we can't wait to dive into your experience. But first, let's take a quick moment to hear from our sponsors.
We at Grow and Glow Mama are a sanctuary where motherhood meets empowerment. Together, we embrace strengths, lean on each other, and illuminate the path for all mamas. Join our vibrant community on Instagram and hotline group. Let's grow and glow together every step of the way. Welcome back, everyone. What's up, Peeja?
What's up?
I'm good.
Is it too much hype in the morning from our side?
I'm just getting started.
Okay, cool. Well, we're really excited that you could actually join us, and we want to kick off by talking about what a typical day looks like for you. Now, I think this is a standard question that everyone should understand, because people are like, "What do you do for a living?" I work in marketing. I work in this. I work in that. Everyone has a task on a daily basis. Let's talk about stay-at-home moms. What's the reality behind being a stay-at-home mom? Yeah.
Well, they say that you have a routine, right? The routine doesn't actually happen every day. Like some of the days macam okay, and then some of the days the routine is like all over the place. So like basically my days start with the kids getting up, and then preparing meal for them, and then my husband, because he worked in the afternoon, so he settled the kids lah, and then I just settle a few things, prepare the activities like kind of a school, but only the morning. And then at noon, they go to noon nap, and then me doing like all the chores and stuff, and then sambung masak, and then everything in between that I can just put in there, I just do it. Like washing, whatever, like everything. So every day is a tiring day, but you still need to manage everything, because I'm like the person that I cannot go to sleep if something doesn't finish.
What is your working hours like?
I can say 24/7. Like you never rest, right?
Oh no. As a mom in general, you never ever rest.
Yeah. Even if you have some time to rest, tak apalah, I need to do this. And then you have some time to sleep. Like, no, I'm not going to sleep at this hour. Like, it's always like the cannot.
Yeah. Put it at the back burner. Don't think about like, don't prioritize your me time. Let's like, oh my gosh, there's a crumb on the floor. I have to sweep it off and whatever. It's like, it's actually quite ridiculous that how a lot of people don't understand that factor. And I think because the lack of clarity and understanding what stay-at-home moms do on a day-to-day basis. So Peeja, you just mentioned that yours is whatever the list can change the activities can change depending on the to-do list. But as long as those things are finished, that is essentially your day.
Then my day is gonna be great. At the end of the day, I can just, lie down on the bed and just do whatever I can while the kids are already sleeping. And you feel great. You feel like, okay, everything's done today. You can sleep.
Like achievement.
Yes. Yes.
But I'm sure
the goal.
I saw, you have an Instagram page called Itsy Bitsy Aiden, and you do all these amazing activities on top of having all these things going on in your life. I don't know how you do it.
It's like all your Montessori stuff and everything. I'm like, ooh, inspo. So cool.
Sometimes I'm inspired by whatever you post, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go buy an arts and craft. So I went to like an arts and craft supply with one whole bag, and it's just there now.
You didn't do it.
But honestly, you inspired me a lot in that sense. But I'm sure I get overwhelmed, even though I have my me time. How have there been moments where you felt overwhelmed but felt like you had to keep it all together? Of course, because you're a mom, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely right lah. Tapi for the activities, right, I never like do on the spot one. I mean, I always prepare earlier. Like first, when I started the Instagram page, it's actually about meal time. I mean, I shared my memories about to my firstborn, he eating and stuff like that. Until he was like 2 years old, I started doing activities. Because he's more engaged in tu kan. And then I got pregnant, and then starting from there lah yang I memang routine like homeschool them. So only in the morning, like other times memang main je. So I always prepare earlier, like 1 week earlier. Like I already have schedule. I mean like for the week I'm gonna do math. And for the next week, I'm going to do arts only. So it depends, but not every day, because every day can when you have baby and a toddler at that time. But now I have like one preschooler and like one toddler I cannot handle, man. So I'm not doing it every day lah. It changes by time, like I do whenever I have the time only. Like I have a lot of questions regarding this exactly, like questions. What you asked, yeah. So I tell them the same thing. You do your own timing because we are in a different household, right? Whatever it is that makes you, but don't feel pressure about it lah. I mean,
I love that you're real when people ask you that, because sometimes society, they look at our followers and they think that, oh, we have it all. Just because we have followers, we put it together. It's on social media and everything like that. But I love that when people come to you, I'm sure it's your followers that come and ask you, and you just say, oh no, you do it on your own time. No pressure, this is motherhood. But I'm sure there's time where you come and cry in the toilet or something, or wherever
of course lah, there will be days like that. But specifically when you just to be honest, I had my first breakdown moment, first time ever, because I don't know why, it's just that that day I was just like blank. It's just maybe because I'm just too tired. So that was, I called my auntie lah to come home kan. Macam, can you help me with the boys for a while? I stood out at around 5 p.m. I'm not sure why. I never felt that, So then she calmed me down. She got like, you okay? Why? I don't know. I just don't know what to do. Maybe because the boys were just got sick in the week, and then I'm just tired gila, tired AF.
Yeah.
So like for 2 whole weeks, they just crying and like clingy and being all this and that. I mean, you as a mom, like you stay at home with them for 24/7, but you still cannot do anything. You still like you're not achieving something that macam just to make them feel better. At that time, it was a great pain lah for me. So I just not a good day lah for me.
I think, but like that's the part where I think the beauty of motherhood and what we experience. I think based on your story, I've just suddenly like had an aha moment whereby everything is actually okay. Parenting, being a mom, it's actually okay.
Yeah.
It's when the plans go tits up, and then you're like, basically like, I did not intend this to happen right now. I just want to do the thing I initially said I wanted to do, but now I have to switch my my mindset into knowing for a fact that my child is going to be clingy to me. My child is not going to sleep. Like, okay, I promise. I mean, you know what? Let's be real here. You and I, when we saw each other outside the parking, we were like, hi, like, yeah, what's going on? Like, we're both so blurred and sleepy looking.
But it's true,
because our daughters did not sleep last night, and it was really bloody exhausting. But it's moments like that where, because we have things to get done, we have to constantly push ourselves to do it. But that does overflow after a while, which causes the feeling of being overwhelmed.
Yeah, sometimes we have high expectation of ourselves.
Yeah,
we have this 10,000 list, and we say this is what we have to do. Actually, we don't.
Yeah.
True.
And we put pressure on ourselves, like macam tiba-tiba je like, oh, you have to finish this. But actually, nobody asked you to, to do that.
True. So
like,
true.
why are we so overachiever?
Right.
Like, exactly. But that's the thing tau. Like, macam, it's like when one mom gets it, when they're like, oh, you know, I'm doing this because I enjoy it. It's like what you do, lah. Your posts on like all the Montessori stuff, the activities and everything. When I watch it, I'm like, I don't plan to compete. I'm not going to compete because I know for a fact when the moment comes for me, it will happen. But but that's the whole point. But that being said, it's like, you put that added on pressure, tak pasal-pasal. At the end of the day, you have like more than what you've bargained for in terms of your workload.
Yeah.
We have our standard chores, but how do you do the rest of that? Like, I mean, like, how do we deal with the rest of the stuff? Like, as in, sorry, lost my train of thought. What's going on?
I need to blow my nose.
Okay.
So many things happening at one time.
Exactly.
Okay, let's start again. Sorry,
yeah. What was it that we were talking about?
Didi will definitely.
Oh my god! I'm sorry, my brain. Okay,
Sorry,
wait, hang on.
I think
I know where we're coming from. Hang on. Blow terus so lagi kuat. Take it all
Sorry,
out.
it's sinus because I didn't sleep well, so sinus comes.
memang kan? Memang tak cukup tidur the morning memang.
Kan? I have really bad
I hate
sinus.
it.
So this is not COVID. Yeah, sorry.
God wood. Okay. All right. Ready?
1, 2, go.
I mean, earlier on, Sofea and I met. When we arrived outside, we were both like muka blur gila, and we were just like, hi. It was like, but it was clear because yesterday we did not get enough sleep because our daughters were up, and it's whenever we have those moments of like interruptions, it gets to us so much so that like, memang yelah, you don't get enough sleep one day, but then for the next few days you won't get enough sleep, but you still have to continue on and power through with the rest of the stuff that we need to do. So that's where the overwhelmingness comes in at the end of the day, and it's tiring.
It's never ending.
Yeah, never ends until your kids just
Teenager
not here
kot.
anymore.
Teenager lagi lah. There's so many other stories.
Itu lain cerita at the end of the
Lama
day.
lagi kot.
Right.
Wait, how old are your kids?
4 and 2.
4 and 2. Yeah.
Turning 5 and 3 next year. Gonna be a real challenge lah for next year. One going to school, and the other one. I want to go school too, but you cannot yet
Because you're still young. Yeah.
Things like that.
Oh, la, so sweet la at the end of the day. But either way, it's like, was there anything like that? Perhaps like, when we talk about this sort of stuff about feeling the pressures and, the different kinds of struggles that we go through, because again, you look at the world in a social media lens, you see the perfect organized life and postings and stuff. But what do you wish that others understood about the emotional and mental energy that goes into stay-at-home parenting?
For me, I think most of us are thinking the same thing. I mean, like, we cannot, it's not that we cannot believe whatever people are posting, but we need to understand people post because they want you to see this specifically, the specific content of their life.
Yeah.
But as a matter of fact, kita yang, like watching all the things in social media, right? We are, it's either we are inspired or we are being pressured, not being enough, being good enough, and being inspired to be better and stuff like that. So macam for me, I think I lost the question.
No, basically, like, no, what do you wish like other people understood about? What do you wish that people understood about the emotional and mental energy? Because I mean, it makes sense what you said, based on how people perceive things.
I mean, like, I think you did mention before just now. You do what you feel like it's suitable for your family. I mean, don't follow others just because they are doing great, because you see they are doing great. Like me, myself, I'm posting all these videos because first, it's just for my memories, for the sake of my memories, and the second, it's just, things that people want to know. I'm sharing it for people to just, at least when they see it, they will want to try to do it, because I pun start from zero. I mean, to, organize such things for your kids, not just activities. I mean, for the whole routine, right? For the daily routine, you need to manage yourself. I mean, if you don't have that, I mean, how can you manage all the things, right? Mesti all merata-rata. So macam for me, the comparison, like what most of us are still going into the discussion, kan? Being pressured, comparing this and that, like this perfect mom, this organized mom, this playing with kids mom, I mean, this nothing to do mom, like this I cannot do this mom, all this kind of moms, we are actually the same. It's just that you are saying it out loud, and then some of us are not. So macam, it's either you want to try or not. If you saying that you tried already but it's not working, maybe you need to try some other things. Like maybe that doesn't work for you, kan? So it's just as simple as that. I mean, for me, I don't like being compared to, just because, when some moms doing something, we just, being supportive. It doesn't matter it's real or not. It's just that that's what they want to show us, and then we are, it's the way how we perceive it, right? So macam for me, itulah, am I answering your question?
Yes, I mean, I suppose so.
I understand what you meant, because sometimes, however you think they are wrong or right or whatever, moms, they have a battle. They're battling something inside that we don't know, or they don't say it out loud. My husband just said this to me this morning. He said, there's this quote that says that the more real you are, the more smaller your circle. And if you're fake, the bigger your circle is. He said that. I think it's also in motherhood, in terms of, if you want to be with the right circle of mom, you just be real, who you are. No pressure of saying like, oh, I have this perfect Instagram, I'm showing you like this because I want to be liked. Sometimes I think mom wants to be liked. They want people to think that whatever they do, and we want to pat them in their back. But actually, we are all doing great. Like, sometimes when I go for events, like the community that I have, a lot of them come to me, and we all have the same story. It's just that we all have just a different like storyline,
different time also.
Different time. Honestly, like when Dee came to me this morning and said, "Oh my God, I'm so tired." Like, I totally resonate with her, because that's exactly what happened to my. It's just maybe different storyline.
Same thing.
No, but that's the thing, though. It's like it does make a difference when it has a lot. I find that a lot of self-reflecting needs to be done. A lot of boundaries need to be set within ourselves in order to achieve like what your husband said, basically. And if that were the case, it's like, how do we navigate that part by making sure that we are real? Like, because sometimes that sort of, how do we even know what is real or not? I'm hormonal, man. I'm tired. I don't even know who I want to be.
I honestly think real is just being honest to yourself. If I can't do this, it's okay. Don't pressure yourself and cry and like, oh my God, I can't do this.
Yeah, you cannot just, macam people asking you a certain type of question, like in a conversation and whatnot, right? Just like when you are being real, is that not that you need to tell like 100% of the situation at home, but at least just you yourself know, like when you are telling some things, the details about macam, oh, today I tak sempat buat just because of certain stuff, but you don't need to say it out loud, but instead you just cakap that I pun bukannya hari-hari boleh buat, things like that. That is being real.
Just
actually.
like something, oh, I always cook home cooked meal every day, but actually that's not true. Sometimes I just take the frozen food and just air fry it.
But there are some moms that do it. I mean, like they say 100% they are doing it, man.
But yes, that's kudos to that mom because maybe that is their story, and to me, it's okay. Air fried food ke.
I mean, my child is fed.
Yeah,
tak
at least
dapat
as they
cerit
are.
bilik, tak apa. I mean, like, have had a fruit today, great.
Exactly. And honestly, I think stay-at-home mom gets it with society macam sometimes they orang macam selalu kena like, oh, you like this, why you teach your like this, or you always at home, why isn't your kid I pernah had that, why isn't your kid your mom is there with her the whole day, but how come the kid so naughty? Like there is people who actually, I saw somebody a few years back, somebody posted this on stories, you are a stay-at-home mom, why suddenly you anak you macam nakal gila, run around and that kind of thing. Like that's judgment from another mom to a mom.
Wow.
Exactly. So the pressure for like stay-at-home mom ni bukannya like, oh, you're working and you have to juggle a job and stay at home. Stay-at-home mom, I think the mental load that they have to handle,
it's just too much,
right?
Too
much. Yeah. And I'm sure it's very isolating at the same time. Like,
yeah, man. I like don't go out for since 2019. Since I was pregnant with my firstborn.
With your friends.
Yeah. I'm serious.
What?
I'm that serious. Yeah, I'm that serious.
That's like
How many years is that?
4 years lah.
4 years lah. Memang I tak keluar. So that's why I break down. Sebab I'm no fun anymore. I'm not like the person anymore. You know, like the lively person anymore. That's why.
You were working before that.
Yeah. But work is work lah. I mean, you enjoy your life to the fullest, right?
Yeah.
But when I got my firstborn pun, I was still working.
Yeah.
Until COVID hits.
Yeah.
So I decided, kan kita stay at home kan. So macam, and then COVID got better, something like that. I decided not to go work anymore. Just because, I cannot. I mean like, I have trust issues kan. Macam I think most moms akan ada that feeling. It's just that it's my choice. It's my choice. I don't want to work. It's my choice. I don't want. My husband tak ada pun ni. He's very supportive lah. But it's my choice. So macam bila that happen kan, you cannot believe it yourself juga. Macam am I doing the right decision kan? Serious man. I was you've been working and then suddenly you decided not to work kan. It's a very challenging, and at that time I was about to do my PhD. So I let two of the you know, like the supposed to be happening in my life, I let the two go just because I wanted to take care of my boy masa tu.
Yeah, it's your choice. It's my choice to make that kind of things. And like I said, being a stay-at-home mom, especially during COVID, I don't know how you guys do it.
Being a stay-at-home parent
exactly.
when like COVID period, babies is next level.
I think your baby
Mine's
is not
one. At least she gets to be outside for 2 years before it's. So she grew up in the house too for 3 years. But I'm sure. Like for me, how I stay connected to the outside world when I was taking care of mine during COVID was because I was already working. So there's always like a Zoom meeting and everything. So that was like, okay, I'm going to go to the room and like have my me time.
Escape time
But
basically.
what are some ways you found to stay connected with the outside world while managing your responsibility at home as a stay-at-home mom?
Macam mana, Sofea?
like you know, like macam rather than, because it is isolating at the end of the day, but like how do you sort of level that out and like stay connected with people?
I just don't think about it. I mean, you know, seriously, I loved staying at home. I mean, I became an introvert person for a few years. So my husband pun macam, what's wrong with you kan? But it's just that, you know, macam maybe some of people yang macam I, when you decide something for yourself, you never turn back just because you don't want to feel that kind of a regret for certain decision. Macam it's hard juga because I don't have you know, I have my mother-in-law, you know, like my mom suka datang apa semua. I can have my me time. I can just go out, go date with my husband. But it's just I don't want to macam susahkan other people, you know. It's just very, I don't know lah. Maybe kita being responsible for, you know, having a kid. I'm not sure how to say this. It's just that maybe I jenis tak suka susah korang. And my husband also faham like go dating apa semua, just bringing the kids and all. It's just that, you know, it's very huru-hara lah. Chaotic lah. Cuma ni dah besar and then baru you realize like lots of things, and then you're just so happy that you went through that. Like you went through it. So macam now is the time that kita can just put the kids with some macam kiddo care ke apa semua kan barulah macam tu lah.
Yeah, so, God bless all these babysitting apps, man.
They are like our teacher, man. If not, I wouldn't experience all that. I mean, no regrets lah, obviously. But macam this experience made me realize that how important macam the process is. Kalau I tak go through that, maybe
you
I'm
wouldn't
just
have known. Yeah, I agree. I feel like there is a certain kind of like difference when you go through something and then you learn it yourself and then you find your path of what suits you versus the person who does not know what's going on but learn it from multiple ways. But sometimes, more often than not, they don't really know which one is right for them. Like it's harder to take the path of like least resistance. Let's not pretend that it's more than what it actually is, or let's not pretend that it is going to be a struggle at the end of the day. But then that being said, it's like the reason why we can feel like penat nak mampu sometimes as well. It's not just about the whole us feeling isolated, not being able to talk about it, but it's the internal struggle in itself of feeling that we're not doing enough. And that's something a lot of moms have. But more so when dealing with the pressures of being a stay-at-home mom. And I say this because people are like, yalah, kau duduk rumah goyang kaki and you're just gonna feed the kids.
But you complain.
But there are some we cannot say that macam mana. There will be people like this lah. I mean, I also got, because takkan kita macam mana bila kita jadi stay at home mom, when you have the title, right, when you like introduce yourself, right, oh I stay at home, you directly get this kind of macam judgment vibe by some people, not all people, but some people. So they think that okay, this is another level, like, they just stay at home. They're just taking care of the kids. Like, yeah, it's struggle day, but they are basically not achieving anything. But guess what? So many housewives yang I jumpa are entrepreneurs. Macam it's just stupid to undermine people living at a house, taking care of the kids, and what's wrong in that? I mean, I chose that. I don't think it's stupid.
Like you have the privilege to work, but you chose this is what you wanted to do.
Imagine some of those yang memang working and wanted to stop working to take care of the kids and spend time with them. Who doesn't want that, right? And they are struggling because they need to like cari duit apa semua kan.
Like, I mean, it is considered as like quite a privilege to be able to make that decision for yourself, because that basically means in the household there is not that big of a pressure to have a 2-income household. I hate that word so much.
Also, I wanted to add, I believe in rezeki. Even though it's not that macam it's not about kita mampu ke tak mampu. Yes, it's also a big consideration. But at the same time, you need to think yang macam when you plan to start working, you need to already have something. Otherwise, you are going to be lost for a while lah. While finding the apa kita panggil?
Path that you want.
Yeah, things like that. So kalau tak, you just lagi lost duduk rumah. When you don't have anything plan yet.
I get where you're coming from. It's kind of like you want to, even without children, you want to quit your job. If you don't have an idea of what you're doing within the period that you quit your job, you're not really, you're like, I mean, you'll just float. You'll float and you'll just, consider, I'll latch on to the things that I need to latch on, like just so I feel like I'm a little bit more productive. And that does certainly get to a lot of people. But like, that being said, like, you did work prior to this and then you had your son. I think one of the questions a lot of moms would probably ask themselves is that making the decision to be a stay-at-home mom after having worked what kind of advice would you give in that sense?
I met this mom in your community. I mean, in the group.
Grow.
She was she came to me and we talked about it. I was so it was so relatable, you know. I understand her position, right? She has to do this and that. She has to, because her kid always got sick and she felt worried sebab anak dia tak baik-baik. So she decided to stop working. And then I told her that it's not a bad decision. I totally support her because I cakap kat dia that your kids' health matter. Rezeki boleh cari, always. Just believe in that. Trust me. It doesn't mean about money je tau. Rezeki ni comes in so many ways, right?
True.
So macam, I memang 100% support her lah. So for those yang thinking about not working, don't simplify your thought macam, aduh, kalau ni macam mana nak bayar, ini macam nak bayar. You know, the money, unless you like rich lah. Kan? Macam kalau tak, if you think like that, you're not gonna go out from the place where you think that should I or should not. If you think about it, if you're thinking about it, you are actually considering it. So you just do it, man. I mean, don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Because
so if let's say you just want to, I should stay at home. I feel like stay at home mom is better. You should just go for it.
Yeah. And just don't have regret. If you have regret, right, there will be something that you will find macam hard. You're going to be hard on yourself. You're going to be, things like that.
Yeah.
Just, tak adalah I kata stay positive apa semua. That's like freaking impossible kan. What I'm saying is that if you're making the decision to leave your work, just think about what you want to, or you're planning about what is in like at least 6 months ahead lah.
Yep.
Kan? So that you already, macam you ada steps. You nak buat apa ke semua, after that it's fine. But macam this person, she was a lovely person, and then I support her decision because when she said that anak dia keep on sakit, oh my god, the reason I stopped working is because I don't I just pergi kerja, every day I cry like a baby, you know, like I cannot, like my trust issue is freaking weird. So macam I think some people understand lah. It's just tu je sebabnya I tak boleh. I think that macam tak apalah. Maybe this is the one time yang I think I can sacrifice. So tak apalah, I can. Just because I want. It's my decision.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna take a really short break. But don't go anywhere because when we come back, we've got Sassy Sally coming up with her weekly confessionals and questions, and we'll also be talking about debunking the stay-at-home mom myths. So don't go anywhere.
Hey guys, welcome back to us, Sassy Sally. And today we have another confession. So let's get into it. So this question says, what is it like to be a stay-at-home mom? I feel so isolated and it's so stressful when people ask me what is so exhausting about being a stay-at-home mom. What's your advice to stay-at-home moms? First of all, right, to you guys who say what is so exhausting about being a stay-at-home mom, let me be factual, which is I hire a part-time nanny and 6 hours is about 130 ringgit, okay? That's 6 hours, okay? Not including cooking meals, driving them around, doing the laundry and cleaning the house. So let's be clear lah. So if you're wondering what's so stressful being a mom, a stay-at-home mom, it really hits a little psychotic part of me when people come at me and be like, you're so tired. Why are you so tired? Don't you stay at home and raise children? What makes you think that raising a children at home, just because I don't go out, that is not exhausting? Okay. Anyways, moving on before I can go on forever about this. Being a stay-at-home mom can be very isolating. I know this firsthand because the only interaction you have is with the little you, and most of the time you don't really understand what this little thing is saying to you. You know, you're kind of deciphering. You know, it's like Da Vinci Code with your child, and you know, the stressful thing is not my child. It's the workload. It's the doing the endless laundry. It's cooking a million foods, trying to figure out what menu do I do today? You know, it's like my inner chef is like, Gordon Ramsay gonna look at me like, girl, what are you cooking? Even I don't know what I'm cooking most of the day. I have to go ask my husband, what do you want to eat? And he says, it's okay, anything. What is anything? Okay? And then my child, thankfully, my child is not a picky eater, so she can eat whatever I cook. But I'm just saying, being a stay-at-home mom is a million different roles. Okay, it's not just being a mother because you're staying at home. My husband is the breadwinner. Okay, I could say that I am privileged enough to raise my child on my own and stay home to do it. Okay, yes, because people say, "Oh, I see you going out, bringing your child to the mall." Yeah, most of the time, who do you think buys the groceries? Who do you think does all of this? Stay-at-home moms have to do everything. We got to drive in the jam. We got to go get groceries for our family. So many things. And you ask us what was so stressful about it. Huh? And you wonder why we're so isolated. Yes, we can have friends that come over, but let's be real. When most of your friends are moms too, you do realize we have different schedules, right? So you wonder why we go a little cuckoo from time to time is because it truly is exhausting. Being a mother is one thing. A stay-at-home mom, you're a homemaker. You need to decorate the house. You need to clean every single spot. Like, I'm an OCD person, so it makes me even more stressful to do all of this. Okay? So be very mindful before you go to a stay-at-home mom and be like, oh, you're so tired. Why you're so tired? Huh? You're just staying home. It's not like you're working. Being a stay-at-home mom is a 24/7, 365 days role, people. Understand that. Educate yourself before you go to somebody and say things like this. Because you know how difficult it is to be a mom in general. To be a working mom is a whole different thing. Like, working moms, they go to work, they come back, and they still need to deal with things at home. And some of them, yes, they let their nannies raise their children, they have maids, but doesn't make the mom guilt any less than it is. Stay-at-home moms, people say it's because, oh, you're doing it because you're lazy to work. Lazy to work? I'd rather go to a 9-to-5 job than be a stay-at-home mom most of the time. And it's not because I don't love my child. So before you come at me, remember what I just said, okay? A 9-to-5 job, at least I get to go on a lunch break. I get to go to the toilet in peace. At home, my boss goes calling my name 100 times in an hour. Before I go to the toilet, I need to tell my boss first. Being a stay-at-home mom is a job, people. Can we please just understand that? It is an equivalent to 2 full-time jobs. Do your research. Okay, so my advice for full-time moms is still, you need to find some time for yourself. That's what I do because, yes, being at home can be very boring because you're stuck in this 4 corners of a wall and you're facing this little terror of yours at times. Okay, you love them, but really though, you get what I'm saying. So what I do is when my daughter goes to nap, I don't always have to do all of the chores, even though I want to, but it's time to tell yourself to take a break. Go on your phone, maybe watch Netflix, do what you love, paint, crochet, I don't know, whatever you love to do. Because being a stay-at-home mom is so mentally taxing that you need to pace yourself. The chores can be done another day. The laundry and everything could be thrown into the next day. But if you feel like you're coming to a point where you're feeling burnt out, you're feeling so lonely, plan a day. Go out with your girlfriends, call up your girlfriends, go out. Take some fresh air. Do something for yourself. You could bring your child to a jungle gym and you can just be outside because I find that being outside of my home helps. It helps to have another human interaction besides the little one that I created. Okay? So I know that being a stay-at-home mom can be such a struggle. I totally get it. So just the same thing as I said to burnout moms, pace yourself. Okay, you don't have to be stuck at home just because you're a stay-at-home mom. And if you're worried about people judging, you're like, oh, you're spending your time going shopping, you're going to cafes. So what? So what? I deserve that coffee. I deserve that croissant. Okay, it is very mentally taxing, people. Okay, so let's be real. Anyways, do what you love, okay? Because it's so important to love yourself. Being a mother is just so... It can drive somebody crazy. So make sure you're not the next Ted Bundy, because you know how they say hell holds no fury, no fury like a woman scorned, and that's a fact. So if you don't want to be that psycho crazy bitch that goes after your husband at night, pace yourself. Take his credit card, just go shopping, do whatever you need. I always tell the girls that, okay? Okay. So I love you, and as I always say, I'll catch you on the flip side, and you'll know what it is. Bye.
Welcome back. So just now you hear Sassy Sally, as sassy as she can be.
Yes.
So, Peeja, what do you think of what that person has to say about stay-at-home mom?
Well, as in definitely in terms of if you had to summarize it all together, what would it be?
Okay. That's a very serious question. So for me, not just based on my experience, but also in terms of, looking at, meeting people and those planning to, being a stay-at-home mom. So the thing is, you make your own plan based on what is suitable for your family. I mean, if you have more than one kid, then it's going to be not that hard. Not as hard as having two kids, okay? Because it's not going to be the same life. It's not going to be the same, thing. I mean, you have to sacrifice a lot of your time. I mean, it sounded negative, but it's actually a reality that you have to face mentally, prepared for this kind of things. But the truth is, it's beautiful. I'm telling you, I've been a stay-at-home mom since 2019 June. I took care of my firstborn fully. Up until now with my two boys. I never regret any moment. It's just that those who are asking me this question, just believe in yourself. Just believe in the thing that it's okay to be not okay for a while, but once you get your feedback, you're going to be okay, you're going to be fine. But just remember that it will take some time for you to find yourself, or for the household to be okay again, or for the kids to just, maintain your day routine and stuff like that. So just believe in yourself. If you don't have that, it's going to be very difficult for you to stay at home and, manage the title itself. It's not going to happen. Trust me.
Yeah. I think it's true in everything that we do, actually.
Yeah.
True. A process.
Yes.
So people always look at stay-at-home mom like senang. But actually it's one of the hardest job in the world.
Oh my God.
You're not getting paid too.
And you're not getting paid, and you can't complain to any of your bosses
that
you're not getting paid. Because honestly,
true.
stay-at-home mom, you are teaching your future generation to be somebody, to be someone that would probably lead the world one day. You never know,
Yeah.
So it is a beautiful, beautiful title.
Yeah, I mean, some people have already also even opted. Should we change the title of stay-at-home moms into general manager of residence? Don't know what nonsense.
My sister does it,
Yeah,
general manager of this household.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. It's because the roles are you have multiple roles. There are so many things that you're doing. But that being said, it's great that you have given your advice on how people can potentially dive into being a stay-at-home mom. And I'm going to say this as if this is going to be a career. This is going to be what what we should totally, and this is totally side brain at the moment. It's almost as if any stay-at-home moms decided that they wanted to go back into work, they should be able to translate all of their experiences as a stay-at-home mom to be applied into office work, because they are probably the most organized people in the entire universe.
Right. Job description.
That's right.
Organization.
About the title, right? Stay-at-home mom. I like the title.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I hear people being a stay-at-home mom, it's just wonderful to hear that. The thing about the title is that people need to change their perception.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, whoever knows somebody being a stay-at-home mom, obviously going to have some, not to say criticism and whatnot. It's just that some judgment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the same like working. Stay-at-home mom is easier than being a working mom because they're not gonna be with the kids. Like they have the work stress and whatnot. But me, I think working in a very stressful place before.
Yeah.
Staying at home. I just can't explain the feeling. It's not to say challenging. It's just not the same. I mean, you cannot compare.
Yeah.
It's just totally different thing.
Different stresses. It's like how some people might have certain stresses at work. Staying at home as a mom has its own stresses as well.
Yeah.
But let's talk about like debunking stay-at-home mom myths and whatnot. But I have one separate question that I need to ask lah. In your perception, I'm not sure if you know any tie-ties. Tai-tai, the tai-tai life. Because hashtag tai-tai life has been everyone's go-to dream lah, which is essentially...
Tai-tai life is basically you just wake up, you go to the saloon, you don't need to earn money, you just get money from
and then you got 1,000 nannies in the house and everything. But you are more overseeing. You're overseeing the happenings of the house.
Like Kim Kardashian vibe lah.
Yeah.
You know,
kind of.
I mean, all the stuff
but
already.
even her, right?
She's working.
Even her, right? I mean, I saw this one podcast. She said it's even hard for her, even that tai life. So do answer the
like. What do you think? Does if you were to define the difference, because some people might have that perception that being a stay-at-home mom is the tai life. Is that true?
Of course not. I mean, depends on which household are you in. I mean, if you have everything in the house, that's great, man. I mean, it's privilege. But for some, apa kita panggil like B40, I'm not sure about the ni lah. But for some of us, the normal people ni kan, it's not tai. It's not.
Yeah.
Because
obviously not.
Because this is the first time I knew about this thing kan.
Yeah.
I macam no, it's not.
No.
I don't have any argument about it, but just saying that it's definitely not.
It's not the same. So put it out there. The reason why I brought up this particular question is because enough is enough. I actually had a conversation with a friend a long time ago, and this is before she became a mom. So she opted to not work and stay at home, like the alleged tai life, so to speak. But that sense of judgment from there was like, because the initial decision as to why is because she wanted to get used to the idea of being at home, doing whatever she can with the household, because she wanted to opt to be a stay-at-home mom at the end of the day. Tapi it was when there was this one day she was following her husband somewhere, and then some other person who happened to be a mom as well and said, "Oh, so I heard you're just gonna follow your husband around, is it?"
Oh my God, it's always the other mom. It's always mom judging other mom. We need to change that.
Yes. Okay. But what is one big myth about stay-at-home moms that you'd like to debunk?
Wow, there's a lot actually, but
okay,
I cannot think any of it. I've had a discussion before with some of my upper friends, but the myth macam I cakap tadi kan, I wanted people to think about this. Working mom and stay-at-home mom, bukan competition, because these people are being in a different situation which you can never compare. I mean, both are in a similar situation where you have kids. One have to let go and one have to nikah. Tapi the myth is that working moms macam lagi stay-at-home mom are facing macam tai life tadi tu kan.
Like less stress.
Less stress and whatnot. Is never true. I mean, how like 10 nannies you ada pun, you're still gonna be stressed staying in the house, because you are facing, imagine sending the kids to school, right? So there are so many cases, right? Imagine there are like 10 kids, like the kid yang cry, 10 kids crying. So how the teacher is going to manage? The teacher also going to get stressed macam tu kan. So just imagine macam tu lah.
Yeah, it's like being with your kid so often. I mean, it's different. The reason why I say this, it's like highlighting that factor that the stress is very different, is because I'm lucky because I'm a freelancer, and my job, when I'm out, I check out. I don't even look at my phone to check in to see what's going on, because as soon as I do, my mom mode and whatever will come back in, and I cannot focus on my work. But then to be able to check out is one thing. But then there are days where, or like weeks where I don't have work to do, that I'm a stay-at-home mom. It is tiring, okay? Like, it's not.
Oh yes, because your mental is like macam terus back.
Yeah. And the thing is, Kan, it's like for me, it's like you're not even talking about managing your household, but it's also being present with your children because they can see you. They can hear how you're talking and how you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
Because to them, it's not about, oh, mama's here in the house and she's cleaning and whatever. They don't give a damn about that. They want to play with us. And so from that moment on, can you also imagine having to do all of those chores and also at the same time going like, can you say mama?
I play with the kids. I mean, most of the days.
Yeah.
Not just playing like in the videos I posted, right? Like the reality of my house is macam okay, time makan with them. Like most of the time.
Yeah.
So bila orang cakap the way they are growing is by us playing with them is true. I mean, if you have like more time for your kid kan, macam just play with them. Kalau tak ada time, it's okay. It's okay. Just
so true.
Yeah, just go with it. Jangan pressure.
The difference between my firstborn and secondborn is because the firstborn I was with her. So the development, how she eats, her BLW, like it was so good. But with the second one, I feel so much guilt because I do not have time. And I will work the whole day and then come back and then I'm so exhausted, but I still have to be a mom. But then, instead of giving her the BLW moment, I just feed her.
So, just eat it, dude.
Kan, macam tu. And then because I just want her to eat at the end of the day. I don't know how you do it, and this is, I think, the question for content creators' moms because they are mostly like stay at home, but at the same time, content creating is also a job. So how do you manage that? How does your experience as a content creator intersect with like you being a stay at home mom?
Well, sometimes I feel the pressure lah. I mean, when you take some jobs, kan, so mula-mula you think that macam it's just for fun and stuff. But when things like get serious in terms of taking campaigns and stuff like that, you need to like add another additional schedule just to fit because macam you dah work. At the same time, you are being a stay-at-home mom. When you take like jobs and campaigns and whatnot, you need to shoot and blah blah blah. You are actually working. So macam it's different when you just make some fun content tau. So the pressure is there lah. But I try to not macam like I only take whatever I can handle. Macam yes, I can handle. More than that, I takut I'm not going to risk that lah. Especially when it comes to the mood kan. It's going to be very bad for you when you just tired and all, and then the kids,
and there's no passion in it, so it doesn't reflect in your content.
But that's why I had always been like, so I mean, because the thing is, at the end of the day, I am surrounded by a bunch of content creators and influencers and all that stuff. But for me, on the other hand, my work is my work. I love building communities and whatnot, but I don't showcase a lot of the stuff online because I've always made it a point to want to be like, I'd like to be a casual content creator. Bila I suka, I post when I please. I post it the way that I need to. But I love that mentality that you have, and it should be applied in every single thing that we do, which is keep it casual, keep it real, do it for you. And it's like, if you want to post stuff up, I'm pretty sure like, I'm going to ask you, let's be realistic here lah, okay? When you post your stuff up, how many times does it take for you to actually shoot it?
For the activities? I mean, for the activities, not that long. I mean, to be honest, it's just the way you edit the video. Macam I only edit the video when I'm free. I'm not going to force myself to just macam, after do the activity, I terus update. I don't schedule my timing. But macam I always do it earlier to just macam, okay, tomorrow free, then tomorrow I schedule for posting. Things like that. Because sometimes, there are people waiting for the content just to macam I want to see more because I want to do this to my kindergarten students. I want, things like that makes me happy. Macam that kind of
you actually do something that benefits others.
So macam kita pun rasa excited. Tapi macam to be honest, I tak rush content. Macam
so good. Because I think that's why it reflects to your followers. It reflects why people want more. Because honestly, I do content. I do. Besides PR, besides doing this, I have a content creator platform too. And oh my God, if you force it, it doesn't reflect. And you can see in the views. So, and as a PR person, I do work with a lot of content creators. And when you push it also, Like a lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah.
macam, you need to pay me this, so then this. So it doesn't reflect. So client pun are not happy because it's not from the heart. Because content creator ni, it happens way years before, and it's all because we do it for fun.
Betul.
Until it becomes a business.
True. Macam I pun kan kalau macam because yelah my platform is about my kids' life kan mostly. So macam now je baru I start to work with some other brands macam not kids brand dah lama lah, macam certain brands kan macam dengan Shopee apa semua. So I only take whatever is that macam suitable for the page and also what I want to do, because you always wanted to post something genuine, right? Macam you bukan nak people believe you. It's that macam you nak telling the people, okay, this is what I'm using and whatnot. And maybe you can kalau you rasa okay, and then you can try. You know, bukan macam we get paid and then macam we just promote this and it's just that. I mean that's a good thing too. But in a way macam it depends lah. It depends on ni. Macam I kalau boleh tak nak lah macam tu kan. Kita pun tak rasa pressure.
Let's
Keep
keep
it real.
life casual mothering. Hashtag casual mothering.
No pressure. At the end of the day, whatever that stay at home wants to do, whether be it they're a content creator, whatever, make it like as casual as it can be. Your mental health matters the most.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think like based on all of this, your journey having not been a content creator prior to being a mom, it's like I think like what are some of like the other most or one of the most surprising things that you've learned about yourself since becoming a stay-at-home mom?
I don't know that I can teach. I hate teaching actually, because I was doing my master in communication, so I wanted to pursue my study to become a lecturer just because I think that would fit me. But even though I don't like teaching stuff lah, but that's only the path that I can see kan, other than being a journalist and semua tu. But then I stopped that path. I cannot. I think I'm just not gonna go there kan. When I started doing activity for my boy, I realized that I can actually teach, but for kids. I don't think I can manage to teach orang besar lah. Tapi macam for kids kan, I macam, penyabar rupanya I ni. Macam tu. Like, okay. So, benda tu, I mean, my boy actually makes me a better version of myself. I'm telling you. Like, I owe him that. I mean, bukan sangat penyabar, penyayang. So, macam, so many things yang I tak tahu I ada.
Sometimes children teach you so many things that you don't even realize.
Betul. Macam, sometimes pun, I never like baby talk, like my husband do that with kids. Masa before we had kids, I never like no. But when I had my own baby, I started to talk to kids like that. I mean the softer, I tak tahu lah the softer version.
It went out.
Macam
the sing song
tak adalah macam baby talk lah. Macam hey, macam the voice and all.
Yeah lah, sing song voice. It's the what
Miss Rachel.
Parentese. They call it parentese. Is it like it's like I speak parentese where you go like
Parentese.
Hi, good morning. You're doing great.
That's what I do every morning to Zara. Good,
but it's actually good, right?
But Zara is so happy when I do it. So it made my day lah. At the end of the day.
So well, I mean that's the beauty of being a mom. True. And like the thing about being a stay-at-home mom, I suppose you do have that opportunity to grow yourself and grow with your kids, because you get to see everything that happens in the household. And I think that's one of the things I get very jealous about stay-at-home moms, to be completely honest with you. And
the milestone, they are there.
The milestones that you get to see, dude.
I'm going to ask you one question. Like, why do you feel jealous about
stay-at-home
you have the
moms?
feelings about stay-at-home mom? Why
is there jealousy? Because it's the fact that you guys get to be
with
there.
The kids,
Like, I mean, yes, I get it. There are moments where even when we're at home, we're not present. But then there are certainly moments where for me, I'm like, you work all day, you want to come back and you want to try to be present. Sometimes you check out, but I'm so far, alhamdulillah, I've managed to actually still be as present as possible. But what makes me so damn sad is that, so I have a helper at home. Like she does not stay in, but she comes in like 7 hours a day and she helps out Monday to Friday. And I see my daughter and she does something and I'm like, oh, God, Sarah, come here. Like, oh my God, Aulia did this. Oh yeah, she did that the other day already. And I was like, and it had happened for so many milestones. I think I missed out like what, about 5 or 6 or something ridiculous like that. And it's like macam really bloody sad lah in that sense.
But the thing about macam you cakap kan, I understand where you're coming from, like the jealousy. If I pun at your position, I would be jealous too. But then macam I too got so many questions macam ni, macam I kerja, I tak ada masa nak buat, I'm very sad and whatnot. But then you can relate, but at the same time you cannot like giving too much like advice. I mean, you can just listen kan. Sebab I'm proud of working moms that able to contain their feelings every day, going to work and then just come back to the kids at home later. But at the same time they are, I understand the struggle and the strength they had to face every day. So working moms, proud of you. Stay home moms, proud of you too.
Moms, proud of you, period. So I guess in that aspect, in that retrospect though, like, let's talk about reminding ourselves how to do our level best despite the tough days, because clearly this one would go out not to just stay at home moms. I think it would go out to every single mom out there. Like, what do you reckon? Like, how do you remind yourself that you're doing your best?
For that question, I think I asked one question. I mean, I think when we talked to each other the first time we met, that I said I feel lost.
And you don't deserve to have your me time. That's what you said.
Yeah. And then I noticed that, I realized that I'm not lost actually. It's just that it's hard to get back, to get up. Just to find yourself. It's just somewhere there. It's just that you don't have enough strength to just build yourself up back. So macam for those moms yang macam struggling kan, doesn't matter lah which moms ke apa kan, but to all moms yang feel the struggle like you guys juga kan, macam I think the key is to find yourself back, not the old self. Just find yourself, just believe in yourself, kata that I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it.
Trust.
Trust.
I think
yourself.
trust the process. Trust the process.
Yes.
That's so true.
Because my auntie dia cakap macam ni, we women kan, we are like macam candle. We like make all the sacrifices. I mean, in Islamic ni pun ada juga cakap kan, we make sacrifices. But in that sacrifices yang kita buat tu, just remember something, that there will always be good thing for you. So what I'm trying to say is that jangan rasa macam burdening yourself just because you are a wife or a mother. Just macam I basically I'm talking about myself, because that's how I felt. Sampai I jumpa back the community to go inside, macam meet people semua. It takes lots of courage tau, because oh my god, macam no, these people, that people, oh my god, I nak go home kan, just go back and just stay at home. Tapi macam you need to find yourself. Kalau you tak find yourself tu, macam I lah, kalau I tak find myself on the day when I talk to you and some of the moms, I'm not going to be here. I mean, I believe in that fact that I'm not going to be here today.
Trust the process is the most important thing ever.
And also like, because of I think this was definitely one of the revelations that I had being a mom. It was, why do we, I don't know if you notice this, why do we add more things on our plate in order to achieve that perfect mom like identity? And it's like, nak kena fit lah, fashionable lah, be like the best parent lah, have a fantastic career lah, have a fantastic Instagram read, like what the screen where you want to look, everyone to see your Instagram, they're like your feed, sorry, they want to see to be aesthetically perfect lah. And the thing is, every single thing that we do is just adding on and on. And I love how you mentioned about like, don't be too hard up about the fact that, you feel like you've lost yourself. You're not lost. Yeah, you're right. You are not lost, because you are there. But if you feel like you need to fix something, consider unlayering all those things that make you feel like you are lost, but and rather than adding more things in order for you to think that you're gonna find yourself. It's like piling up a bunch of clothes on top of you, you know? Macam,
oh my God, this episode really resonated with me. I just told, because when I was talking to my husband last night, literally this happened last night.
yeah.
He said, what do you want? Why are you crying? Why are you like this? And I said, I think I need to find me.
Yeah.
I said exactly
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think I
yeah,
need
yeah.
to find me. I think that I am so overwhelmed with everything and add things and piling up that I do not remember Sofea.
Yes.
Where is Sofea? I said that. Then I said, yeah, you did change along the way. He said there's a good way, but there's also something that you lost. Like sometimes you don't like time. Oh, I have to do this. But actually you don't have to.
No.
Kind of thing. Pressuring. I think moms, right, they put pressure on themselves so much that sometimes they lost themselves because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Betul.
Because we cannot sit still, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we need to do something. At the very least,
It's like,
we need to do something.
yeah, that's true. I think if it's like one of those things lah. Like I experienced it the other day where the house was like, my daughter was in the living room with me, but it became too quiet, and I just sat there and I was like, wait, something's not right.
Something's not right.
So it's like the automatic reaction. It's like as soon as there is silence, as soon as there is stillness, no, we have to do something because we see time. We try to make the best out of it, and like
I mean, why? Can you just relax?
yeah, exactly. And like, and the thing is, relaxing is considered as not utilizing time. But that being said, I mean, like, how do you like sort of maintain a like your own self-care strategies like at home or outside even? Like, how do you take care of yourself?
Talking about self-care, right? That is the one thing that I abandoned for a long time already. I mean, like, there's no me time. I mean, I had my me time at home actually, but you know, that my me time is basically, you know, like watching my favorite series at night after the kids sleep, because my kids sleeps early. Yeah, pukul 8 dah tidur kan. So I have like the whole, but I prefer to clean up the house, to do, because cleaning soothes me. Yeah. I like it. Okay. I mean, I don't want my husband to do it just because when he does it,
he ain't gonna do it right.
I'm gonna do it again. So it's just, you know, so I just let him, okay lah, you just teman the kids and tidurkan kids, things like that. So macam, because when I do cleaning, because some people hate cleaning, they like cooking and stuff, you know. I'm not a fan of cooking. I mean, I can cook for my kids, but for ni macam susah sikit lah kan. But for cleaning, yes, I'm really happy. Jadi itulah my me time. Sampailah I went to the first event and I realised that, man, I need to change this, because they are talking about, you know, all this self-care apa semua. I realised macam, what did I do to myself after these few years? Nothing. My mom keep telling me this, you jaga your face. My husband never change a bit lah. But dia just macam, you nak keluar dengan kawan-kawan you his friend my friends too actually. So macam, you guys, you nak keluar dengan ni apa semua, you better lah. Lepas tu I macam, nah, I'm just gonna stay at home. Tak apa, macam nak lepak, tapi mesti macam tak apalah, you know. Sampai I fikir macam, sebab tu I broke down, because babe, I tak pernah buat apa-apa untuk myself. Because I think that was okay. I always tell myself that's okay. Until then, when you meet people yang macam happier when they do something for themselves, kan? I think that macam.
But honestly, it's a different feeling. I put didn't, when the first one, I'm macam okay, no. But then I feel like I go crazy. So then you actually try, whether it's just a facial day or whether it's just going out for coffee with your friends. It actually helps, because you come back and you feel better and you feel macam, okay, I am ready to be a better version of this mom. You know,
true. You that's have, good too, right?
Yeah, you need an outlet. Everybody needs an outlet, one way or the other. But you know what? It sucks that we don't have that much time. 1 hour passed already, babe. Gila tak?
The mom guilty also. Macam kan, bila you tinggal you macam, guilty
lah. We'll invite you again lah, babe. We'll talk about it some more.
This is right. This is really fun.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Peeja, for your input and
me
like eye-opening stories, actually, because I feel like not a lot of people talk about stay-at-home mom, and because the pressure of social media is just lagi-lah, we pile up that clothes, that laundry. So thank you so much for this. I really, really enjoy it, and I feel like you also helped me a lot in this process.
Aww.
So
you both lagi ke? Nanti Sofea belanja.
InsyaAllah. Kalau dijemput.
Yeah, but either ways, definitely to everyone that's tuning in, let's remember to be kind and understanding to yourselves, to other people, despite the circumstances, whether they're working moms, stay-at-home moms, or whatever. I think ultimately this is take the opportunity to communicate and connect with each other.
Yes. Thanks for listening to Mamas Here today. Join us next time as we continue to explore the diverse experience of motherhood. Stay compassionate, stay understanding, and keep doing your best and no judgment, okay?
All right.
Hashtag mothering.
Hashtag casual mothering.
See you guys. Bye.
Today's episode of Mama's Here podcast is produced by Kelvin, Raghinie, Ravi, and Bryan Henry. Also edited by Bryan Henry, Azwan, and Kelvin.
For more of us, find us on all social media platforms at Mama's Here Podcast. We've been your hosts, Diyana, Hashim, and Sofea Mastan.
Bye!